Today's episode is brought to you by JerkSwag.
Summer's down by the beach, sunsets on the beer, and breezy evenings devouring the sweet, tangy taste of salty clams. The Salty Clam Cafe. Put some tang on your tongue.
Hey, sports fans, it's Jonas from Ballzout Sports. Want to, first and foremost, thank you for those of you so far who have supported us, listened, and watched the podcast up to this point. We're taking a little bit of a breather over the holidays, but we are about to bring you the best of Ballzout Sports, everything that we've done over the last few months, compiled down into about a 25-minute video. So for all the fellas, from Ala, from Crispy, from Christian, from Coco, we want to thank you again so far for all of your support, and we will continue to strive to get better and better moving forward in 2024. So the best to you and yours. We all look forward to a great next year, and well, enjoy the best of here from Ballzout Sports.
I already had plans for the weekend, so that did not include you. That included my cousin.
Touche.
I'm going to realize that might hurt your feelings a little bit, but eventually you'll be at the house and you'll be enjoying ribs. Although you told me that you don't eat meat, so I don't know if you're going to dig on swine.
Whoa. I do eat meat.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Do you eat pork?
No.
Okay.
My name is Allah. I don't eat pork.
Okay, that's fine.
Some of my names out there. What would you guys think?
But let me
Tyrod Taylor. Right?
garbage.
Gardner Minshew. I love Gardner Minshew. Come on over.
Confident, but it's
Taylor
just
Heineke?
lacking talent.
We can get Heineke.
Oh, Atlanta ain't giving him up. They're
I'm
not
just-
sure
I'm-
about Ritter.
Yeah, they're not giving him up.
All I'm saying is
Yeah.
there are people out there. They were trying to move Stafford. They threw Kirk Cousins' name out there because he's in the last year of his deal. There's a bunch of Mitch Trubisky. I mean, there's a bunch of backup quarterbacks that I would take over those old fossils.
But here's the common theme, though. None of those guys
are Aaron Rodgers, right?
No.
I love you, Aaron. Come back.
Oh my God,
If we go into the owners, right, and what the NFL is based off of, the combine, right?
Okay.
There's undertones there.
Okay.
The ownership, there's no black owners, right?
Right.
We had Houston's owner said some crazy things. That's why Deshaun Watson's out of there, other than him getting rubbing tugs and all of that happy ending stuff.
Right. Which apparently he needs more of that in Cleveland.
He
but
definitely
anyway.
needs that.
Yeah.
He doesn't have it yet.
Right.
That's why he's a little.
Hopefully he finds it.
He's got some built up. He believed it a little while.
Next, what are we looking at with this Cinderella story for Colorado getting absolutely shellacked at Oregon? It wasn't even close, and so
They got mollywopped.
they got that. That's my word. You
like,
know, I
like
love-
the Giants did. 40-0.
Wow, we're
Sorry.
still. Are we
I'm
still
sorry.
on that?
I'm sorry. That
Hold
slipped
on
out.
a second.
I
Am
mean-
so all of the 1 and 2 Jets? No.
Hey, we got the same record. But
You can't
technically,
talk- no.
technically, they're better than us because they beat the Cardinals and the Cardinals beat the Cowboys and the Cowboys beat us. So I don't know. I guess they're better than us.
But the Cowboys beat them.
2 carried to 4. Minus 1.
I'll
Yeah.
take Colorado over the Jets right now. Sure.
Colorado
Is that what we're
over-
talking about?
He's wild. Whoa. Hey. Okay.
that what-
All right.
You just morphed like the Jets into Colorado conversation.
Yeah.
I was
Time
making
out.
sure
Time
here.
out. The Dolphins just scored again.
There it is.
There you go.
The Dolphins have just scored
Nah.
again.
No, that
You know,
midway through the game, big piece of that, right? And that's where they were hitting us the strongest at, and we had to bring in a tight end, so we lost a little bit of that. We did have to try to start working in Waddle. We hadn't had him playing with us, so trying to get that ball spread out there. They were able to shut down the running game, so and that's a big part of the offense. When the running game's going, it does allow us to stretch out that defense. So I made a funny in there, and I missed it. Dang it.
no, you did not make a funny in there at all. Are you all right over there? All right, you got a thumbs
Somebody
up.
must have hurt themselves.
I don't know why Allah can't control himself at this point right now, but Zach is okay.
All right.
Zach unfortunately tumbled out of the chair.
Oh Oh,
Chair
okay.
went down. The chair went down.
Chair went down.
You went down too, like the Giants. Hey,
Oh, shit. Oh, no, you did not. You did not.
oh, that
do
came
that.
at the proper time too.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry,
that
Zach.
is rough.
Sorry, Zach.
This is just ridiculous. I apologize. I want to apologize to all of you for being on camera with this.
I
one.
like-
That's why I'm wearing a hat.
Yeah.
You finally bought in. You pointed to the camera.
I pointed to the. I am sorry.
Hey, he's breaking the fifth wall, guys.
I want to
He's
apologize.
pointing to the cameras
I
now.
want to apologize for all this nastiness. from you. This
He is
just
nasty.
ridiculous.
That's why his name's
Fine.
nasty,
That's
guys.
fair. That's actually a good point.
There you
I'll
go.
never tell you that story. Ever tell you that story.
Okay.
There's not enough money for me to tell you that story. Put my
I'll,
hat back
I can be bought though.
on. Damn it.
How
Crispy,
much?
Crispy,
How
don't
much?
you dare. Don't you
I
dare.
don't know.
What's your
Is
number?
it
He knows the story.
IWC or IBC?
Oh my gosh, here we go again.
I myself am getting my wig split on Friday.
Whoa!
Has
Who's
not
busting
been
his
that
head
long.
open? A wig split means something completely different. I don't know if you know that. In the hood, that means you getting your head bust.
I'm getting a haircut.
That's
We
not a
called
wig.
it a
That's
wig
not a wig
split.
split.
Well, maybe in New York it refers to that. Down here in the South, it's a little different.
It is different down here.
A wig.
I'm on the Pedialyte.
Why are you on
Why is
Pedialyte?
he?
Why do you?
What
why are
is
you
going
drinking-
on here?
Do you have diarrhea or something? Is that why you're doing Pedialyte? Is there some kind of stomach problem that you have?
Jesus.
Oh, is that what that's for? I thought it was just another version of Gatorade.
I thought it was for a hangover.
Well, yeah, I
That's
mean,
what I
it's
was taught.
it's all the above. Is essentially what
That's
it
what
Yeah.
I was taught.
It was in the fridge. I don't want it to go to waste. I figured I'd drink it.
It's that room that he's in. He need the Pedialyte after.
It's not-
You know when you
It's not.
You know,
That's
after
after
you do-
11 o'clock. It
after you
turns
do
into
some
that
stuff.
room.
right.
and then you get. Let me go and lean over, get that.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Okay, I got you. He's got
I
that.
watch
Do
Yeah.
have some animal crackers.
See, look.
Wait, oh man.
Snacks and Pedialyte.
Oh, good.
He got to rehydrate.
Apparently,
It's not that kind of show. I promise. It's not. It's not.
That is definitely another show. Yeah, with Pedialyte, man, I it's always usually when I'm struggling, when I've had a stomach problem, and you know, Pepto isn't working, and I'm getting dehydrated. I drink Pedialyte to kind of help me out.
Jesus Christ.
What?
It's because you're old.
Yeah, well, JC
Oh,
can't help
my
you right now,
gosh.
so there's no sense in calling him at the moment. Okay.
Jesus.
Jesus Cristo.
Expectations from last year. I think the litmus test for them could very well be this Sunday night at 8:20 in Philly when the 5-1 Dolphins come into town.
Oh, my.
So let's see if it was a fluke that the Jets won or if Philly's actually a bad team.
Well, let me go
Why
ahead.
got to be a fluke if we win?
It's not
Because you were
because it
2
was
and
you.
3.
It's just is that the case?
Was it a fluke when we beat Buffalo to open the season? It wasn't a fluke then, though, right?
No.
Without
No, it
Aaron
was
after
a
4
fluke
plays?
accident that happened to your quarterback.
No,
That's a
hey,
fluke accident.
Who's also throwing the ball, by the way, walking without crutches.
Yes, that is very
Now,
impressive.
what is he real?
Listen,
Is he a robot?
relax.
Hey,
Relax,
When
all
I
right?
saw him walk into the locker room and he had that white T-shirt on, hey, he's kind of cut up. I didn't think Rodgers was like a gym guy. I mean, he's cut.
If
He's got
he
some muscles.
comes back before this season before the regular
Shush.
season is even over, I'm gonna be
Mark
like, you got
my
kidding me.
words. Week
Hey.
14 versus the Texans, he will be back.
All right, I'm
Yeah.
putting this out there. If Aaron Rodgers comes back week 14, I'm buying an Aaron Rodgers Jets jersey and I'll wear it on this show.
What I will say is that the top 5 teams with Major League Baseball's best records in the regular season
Happens every year.
went a combined 1-12.
It happens every year, though.
1-12.
Happens every year.
The Braves were the only one of those 5 teams to actually win a game in the postseason. They went.
So you got that only win.
the Orioles.
We got it. Let's go.
The Dodgers, the Rays, and the Brewers.
That is
None of them
true.
won a game. And
I
all of
agree.
those were very good teams during the regular season. And so the question becomes,
The format has to change.
is it the format?
Yes, I tried to tell you that.
It's the most random format in all of playoff sports, right? In any other playoff format, it is the most random format that exists. Now, one of the things that people have commented on when it comes to the postseason in baseball is the rest factor. That there's too much rest, for the teams who have the best records, the teams that have the buys, so to speak. They're not playing in the wild card round, right? Braves obviously being one of those, the Orioles being the other, obviously in the American League. But here's the problem. Now, while I don't disagree with the format being a little wonky, okay, that it's the most random format that there is in the playoff baseball, despite the fact that they're down 0-2 right now to the Texas Rangers, the Houston Astros do not seem to have this problem every single year, right?
Well, that's because they cheat a lot.
Well, I had a feeling
They got a
you were gonna say
horrible home record. They can't win at home.
which I find fascinating considering how good they are.
With that big ass hill they got in
Right?
center field.
I know. That thing just makes no sense whatsoever. But, you have some teams that it doesn't bother, but you have more teams that it does. So what's the difference? Like what, and so specifically what needs to change? Like how does this format need to change?
It's an
Let's throw an extra team in there and not have a first round bye.
Or go back to the 1-game wild card playoff. If you lose, then you're out, and you win, you move on, and we get a full 7-game series.
All right.
Here's the thing. Baseball players play every
That's-
single day.
162 games, right?
You take how many days did we have off? 10 days? It was ridiculous.
Close to it, yeah. They're not used to that because that never happens.
And you
during the
ran
regular
away
season.
with the division. When you run away with the division at 100+ games, we didn't run away last year, but we had 101 when we got into that wild card somehow because we both were really good last year. It was, hey, we're playing a hot team in San Diego, and their bats just took off.
Yep.
Right?
Santiago.
You get bad pitching, right? Or one or two possible guys.
I'm not sure
I'm
that's
gonna
what
read
that
it
means.
all. I'm Ron Burgundy.
I couldn't help myself. I'm sorry.
I know what you're doing.
I totally derailed you.
No, it.
Josh Dobbs from Arizona to Minnesota.
Damn, how many teams he played on this year?
Who put this in there? Crispy, this was your doing, right? Yeah. Okay. So he wanted to do this. This was his opportunity to take a dig at me, which is.
What are you talking about? This is a fantastic story.
I mean, it depends on which perspective you're asking. Okay.
Let's just look through the lens of this guy got cut from the team he just started 5 or 6 games for. Heck, actually, the whole season. He had started 8 games for the Cardinals.
He didn't get cut. He got traded.
Got traded on Sunday afternoon after he won or lost the game that they played on Sunday. Had to find out where he was going on Monday. Stayed in a hotel Tuesday night. Got to Minnesota and was on their practice squad. Didn't even know the names of any of his football players that he was playing with on Thursday. They did a walkthrough on Friday. He goes out there, has a helmet with no microphone in it. The starting quarterback for the Minnesota Viking goes down early in the first quarter. They had to go find a helmet that had a headset in it so that he could even hear the plays. And he goes out there. He's their leading rusher. And he takes them down on the final drive of the game to win the game. How is that not a really cool story? I didn't even mention who they played, so that's irrelevant. It's the fact that what this guy just had, the kind of week he just had.
Who did they play? Oh, yeah, they did.
See,
play.
Allah didn't even realize who they played.
Yeah, he knew who it was.
I didn't. I'm be honest with you. I didn't watch nothing.
So he didn't know, by the way, he didn't know any of the cadences. Like when it was time for him to go in there, he's actually having conversations with his center whose name he didn't know. So look, I do give him a lot of credit for this. It's funny because when that injury took place, like when the starting quarterback, well, he's not even the starting quarterback, second string quarterback. We've done this so many times this season. This is how wacky the NFL is. When the second string quarterback goes down, my first thought was, oh no, here we go. Like I literally turned to my wife and I was like, this could be a problem. Because I knew we know Dobbs can play.
He can.
He can play.
He should be quarterbacking the Steelers right now. Now, if they followed suit and kept him there, they wouldn't have traded for Trubisky.
Right.
They wouldn't have drafted Pickett.
God.
They had their heir apparent behind Roethlisberger, which was Josh Dobbs.
Yep.
And they pissed it off.
Yeah, they kicked him to the curb.
Mm-hmm.
He comes in. He does an amazing job. And I think the most frustrating part of this for me is there were so many instances in that game when I'm watching where the defense had him and he just gets away, like just barely slides out and gets away, especially that touchdown run he had. I mean, he should have been sacked like 15 yards past the line, behind the line of scrimmage, but he gets away. He goes into this game up against the 6th ranked defense in the NFL and comes out on top. And it was, it was a great performance on his part. I mean, it was tough. What?
You see how he tried to give his team some props? He was like, the 6 rings defense.
Well, no, but that's part of it. That's the frustrating part of it is this team comes in playing extremely well.
Heineke played well.
He played all right. He played all right.
He played better.
Did he turn the ball over?
Yes.
How many times? Was it?
I didn't know if he did. I was really just curious. I was going to say, see, that's already an improvement. He didn't turn the ball over.
However,
nobody watches Falcons games but you.
That's true.
Sorry.
CJ Stroud, want to give this kid some love real quick. 62% completion percentage, 2,270 passing yards, 14 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Way better than
I know both of you had him as rookie of the year. Kudos. The numbers, though, are so astronomically high for me. I wouldn't have doubted that the kid could win rookie of the year. It's just these numbers are the type of numbers that guys that have been in the league for a long time. I mean, some of the great quarterbacks we've ever seen
and I just seen him
have put these types of numbers up at the beginning of any season, not just their rookie year. That's just how big it is.
Didn't he break Dan Marino's record or something like that?
Well,
there was a couple of like stats that flashed up there. Like
he set some rookie records for sure.
He broke Luck's I think rookie record of like the most passing yards through however many games. Like he broke a couple records.
I mean, he is just, and you know what's impressing me the most about him, and you mentioned this earlier, is that besides Schultz, who's he throwing to? Now I know I'm probably just missing a couple of receivers. Who are the receivers in Houston that we know of?
They do have that kid Dell. He's
who caught the winning touchdown. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, he's starting to come around. But that's the only one I know.
I think the thing that impresses me the most about this is the fact that when he's standing in the pocket throwing the football, he's doing it like he's got the utmost confidence in the world. Like there's nothing bothering this kid whatsoever.
You know what the problem is too?
What?
That Carolina is kicking themselves in the ass right now.
Oh, buddy.
Oof.
Told him. Should have went and got him first.
Yeah.
He took Bryce, and look how it's looking.
Bryce is not looking good.
Nope. The greatest fantasy football trade of all time. All right, this comes to us. I'm going to give them a little love here because I do enjoy a lot of their content. This comes to us from Barstool Sports. I'm going to read this to you. Crispy, have you seen this yet?
Oh, yeah.
I think you'll appreciate this. I realize you're not into fantasy football, but this is hilarious.
I think I heard about this.
Right.
If it's the banging the wife situation.
Guy in my league this is a guy that actually writes in. He says, guy in my league is 3-5 and desperate to turn his team around and needs more consistency with running back. He sent me a text saying he wants Christian McCaffrey, but there's not really anyone on his team I want. I am currently 7-1, so I don't need to make any changes really. He said I could bang his wife one time if I accept the trade and it goes through. Honestly, it's pretty tempting since she has huge tits and I've always fantasized about her. Is it worth throwing my chances to win the chip out the window for a chance to bang his wife?
Goodness. First off, the banging has to happen before the trade.
Oh, 100%.
Well,
Second of all, I don't think there's no losing here. Because say he still loses,
right?
Like the interviewer said, he still has the, well, I banged your wife.
I banged your wife.
Kind of piece of this. So, my goodness. Here's the other thing.
I'm not
the guy to have the balls to even offer this trade. How about him? He's got his priorities wrong.
You just give your wife up?
Hey, maybe she's on board. Maybe she was like, hey, I can offer myself up.
That's my question. Does she know anything about this?
Did y'all just say banging?
Well, that's what I just read it. It's right here. I'm reading.
I'm sitting on a couch and y'all saying banging.
Oh, the
banging, the .com couch.
That couch.
No, I'm out of here. Y'all got this. The rest of it. Have fun.
This is crazy. When I actually had to watch this twice to make sure I actually heard everything properly. Because I was actually in the bed.
Okay.
Watching videos.
Hold up.
Hey,
Hold
hey,
up.
what? It was 9 o'clock in the morning. Just scrolling through, and it's low audio, and
Not the morning.
what? What?
Okay, I know
Hold
what
on a
that
second.
happened.
Let me turn the audio up on this and actually listen to this. Oh my goodness! Wow.
Yeah.
That is by far the greatest trade offer I've ever heard. Now, here's the other piece of this. We've got to make sure we watch, follow the Barstool Sports very closely, because I'm sure they are doing everything they can to get these people on their show to find out what
sure.
actually happened.
Yeah. And in fact, they'll probably push the envelope so far just to try to encourage it to happen.
For sure.
It's like,
for sure.
So
they got strippers on there all the time,
Yeah.
and porn stars. Like this is going to be happening soon.
So you guys are going to do this, right? What's it going to take for you to do this? Like, that's the questions that they're asking right now. What's it going to take? What's it going to take? Let's talk turkey. Like, this is what's happening right now.
Yeah, that's going to happen.
All right. So,
Mommy's always on top.
so if we're that's a good one, JerkSwag.
I need. What's the? Is that
I mean,
it?
this doesn't get much better than this, does it? I don't know. So I love this guy. Okay. I've always been a big fan. We've actually talked about him on the show a couple of times. But I want some of what Lou Williams is.
Oh, okay. Lou.
Is taken,
I
right?
didn't know where you were going for this for a second.
Lou Williams in a recent interview said that he believes he's done enough to warrant getting into the Basketball Hall of Fame. That he has made the sixth man role cool. Now, I don't disagree with that sentiment, by the way. Right?
Why not?
Now, he's the former 3-time Sixth Man of the Year.
3 of them.
He believes that he built a resume worthy of the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame over his 18-year NBA career.
Buckets.
Totally. Now, on the latest episode of Podcast P with Paul George,
Everybody got a podcast now.
yeah, geez, what were they thinking? Williams says, I honestly feel like I did enough. I think when you think of the Hall of Fame, you think of the obvious guys. You know what I'm saying? You don't think of the rest of the class. There's a coach you've never heard of that's going to be in the Hall of Fame that same year. There's going to be some players. There's going to be some person that's a staff member that's going to go into the Hall of Fame. The Basketball Hall of Fame is about making an impact on the game that nobody else has been able to do. And I feel like I especially have done that. I feel like Jamal Crawford has done that. He's eligible 2 years before I am. He's eligible next year. So how it goes for him, how it goes for him will kind of give me an idea of what it's going to be for me, whether it's first ballot or whatever. I think I've done enough to get it. Talk about somebody who embraced a position that was handed to me, and I championed it, and I made it cool. I made it transcendent where young kids are comfortable with doing it.
No lies detected in anything he said.
Okay. So I'm going to give you this. While winning 3 Sixth Man of the Year awards, who he's tied with Jamal Crawford for, by the way.
The GOAT.
It'd be hard to imagine Williams getting to the Hall of Fame
Why?
because he doesn't have a lot else on his resume.
But that's
He ain't got nothing.
But if that's
He got
his
nothing.
No
if
All-Star
that's his
teams,
role,
no All-NBA team,
but if that's his role,
and he started just 38 games over his final 11 years in the league.
see, this is
I'm just...
no. This is why that people start getting frustrated with Hall of Fames. Who said this most famous thing? It's like, it's not the Hall of Very Good, it's the Hall of Fame, right?
Right.
You have to be the best at your position and what you do to the game or revolutionize something. Lou Will is the 6-man king. Well, Jamal Crawford is the GOAT to me. A 6-man. Lou Will is right there. Like, of all time. Tell me who's going to come off the bench and give you 30.
That's the thing, though. Why do I want you want to be known as the best bench player of all time?
But there's a role for that.
Oh, the Manesian.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All
That
right.
place.
I just had one of their sandwiches the other day that they just discontinued, and it was amazing. It was the only time I'd ever had it, and now it's... What's happening right now?
Did he just have a snowman cookie float across the
There was-
screen?
What is happening right now? Oh, my goodness. All of a sudden, I realized what Allah was going to talk about. Now, I can't keep him from having this conversation, but I've already heard it once.
Ooh.
Now
Excited.
you're going to have to hear it yourselves
Nope.
because we're going to get into the conversation about how everyone's weekend was.
I'll go last.
because obviously we want the attention on ourselves.
I don't want attention. I'm just letting you
Is
know.
he-
I'm playing. I'm over here playing injured. All right.
Is
That's
he
it.
flipping me off?
No.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, the entire show. That's what
Yep.
exactly was going to happen. In fact, he's
Wow.
flipping everybody off all the time. So
Wow.
Oh, it's so hard to even lift this arm.
Oh my goodness.
Jesus, I don't know.
Is this from SummerSlam that you were just in?
No, SummerSlam was an amazing PLE. We will get to that later.
Oh goodness. I didn't know if you were in that and that's why you're injured.
I probably was in War Games, but no, I was trying to fight these pod wars out here in these streets because I heard we was $9.99 on the sports and recreational podcast list.
Struggle's real.
$9.99, baby. We top 1,000.
Real.
Oh, so we've already started this conversation. So why don't you just elaborate and tell us further what happened? What happened to you? You were in a car accident, right?
I thought everybody
Hey,
else
can we
was
put a
on.
timer on this?
We can't.
Let's give him 5 minutes. 5 minutes max.
I can't.
We
I
can get this
can't.
done in 5.
First of all, it took me 5 minutes to realize that in the blink of an eye, it could have all been taken away. But I had to make it back for the people. Because the people need me. And I need the people. So, I made it out of that sticky situation. And I'm back here for you guys.
I can't take you seriously.
Oh my gosh. I
You're
can't-
so
can't do
ridiculous.
this.
You
This is like one of those promos I watched on the WrestleManias I've been watching. This guy just needs all the sympathy.
Okay, so there you have it. The best of Ballzout Sports for 2023. We really hope you enjoyed it. We really hope you've enjoyed what you've seen and heard so far. We really appreciate all of the support. And, well, what you saw there was just the beginning of what you'll continue to see from Ballzout Sports moving forward. Thank you again from all of us here. We'll see you back live January 9th.